Hey everybody, my name is Joe Rochester, aka Joe Keto, and we are live in the Keto Kitchen, the always messy Keto Kitchen, and today we're gonna absolutely blow your mind. You know how you think that if you want to follow a low sugar, low carb diet, you can't eat bread? Not so, my friends. Not only can you eat bread, but there is tons of great different ways to prepare bread. This is our absolute favorite one, and it is one of the healthiest things that you could possibly put in your body. That's right, eat loads of bread, be keto. So here's how you do it, right? The main liquids in these are eggs, which are super healthy. Don't let people tell you they aren't. Do the research, you'll find out that these are great in everything, high in omega-3s. This old talk about, this being bad for your cholesterol is just a little bit crazy. So that we mix with an olive oil. Olive oil, also a super healthy fat. Olive oil is not so great for frying in, so if you're still cooking with olive oil, then maybe we take a look at that. Olive oil is great for salads and low heat baking like we're gonna be doing today. You wanna be cooking with coconut oil. All right, now, as far as, here's the big thing, and this is one of the biggest things that's changed in our world that has made the carb appropriate lifestyle or a keto lifestyle so doable, and that's that we know how to utilize really good healthy flours that are super high in dietary fiber. So here's the base of this one. Chia seeds. If you're from North America, you may know chia from the Chia Pet. A silly toy that you used to pour water on. That's how I knew it. But look at this is one of our ancient grains, right? The Mayans, the Incas, they used it in their diet, and this is because this is literally a crazy superfood, high in protein, super high in dietary fiber. Basically, every 11 out of every 12 grams of carbohydrates come from dietary fiber. That means it's great for your digestion. It's also super high in antioxidants. It is very high in minerals. It's got like 30% of your magnesium, I think 18% of your calcium. It is a great, great flour. The other flour we're gonna use is coconut flour. So coconut flour, again, super high in dietary fiber as opposed to its carbohydrates content. Bunch of other health benefits with that. Now, a lot of people say, well, why coconut flour over almond flour? There's a couple things that I like coconut flour for. I try to cut down on my nut content because and you might have heard this if you've heard of omega-3s, which chia seeds are also very high on. Our omega-3 to 6 ratios are all messed up, like completely out of whack. And so nuts are very high in the 6s, right? So if we can find any ways to cut down and still have really healthy stuff, then that's awesome. Now, that's not to say that almonds aren't healthy. If you use an almond flour, you might want to use a little bit less liquid. So maybe a little bit less olive oil, or maybe 1 egg less. Now, what you see me mixing up is half the recipe that you're gonna see in the description. You can do whatever you want. The half the recipe makes about 4 good sized sandwiches worth of bread, and double the recipe makes 8. And I mean good sized sandwiches, so you could probably even make that more. Another thing you can think about substituting in there, maybe take out a little bit of chia seed and a little bit of coconut flour, and you can put in that psyllium husk, also super healthy. By the way, the chia seeds, just blend them up in even your cheapest Magic Bullet type blender. It mixes really well. Now, as far as spice, right? If you want to make these like a crouton, you can do that. Put a rosemary, thyme, Italian spice in it. We're gonna put garlic and onion salt. We're gonna make this very savory. The other thing you can do with this, guys, is mix this either half and half. Some of it leave the spice out and put in a good sugar replacement like stevia, or even better, xylitol, erythritol, or swerve. And then you would have a very sweet bread. Absolutely amazing for like strawberry shortcakes. Kids love it. And some baking powder to help it rise. Last thing we're gonna put in there is a little bit of Himalayan crystal salt. Grab that. And guys, it is simple as that. If I wasn't gabbing along, you could whip this up in 5 minutes. Now, all we're gonna do is pour this out onto a cookie sheet with a little bit of baking paper on top of it. Make sure you stir it really well to get the chunks out. You can put it in a bread pan. I know you see a lot of recipes out there that call for a bread pan, and that's okay, but everybody's oven's different. I found like the first 6 months we were experimenting with keto breads and using bread pans, a lot of times you get something that was really soft in the middle. But with this, just keep it simple. If you like, put it in a bread tray or just dump it out onto this cookie sheet. That's all you have to do, guys. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit better job once we're off camera. I don't wanna keep you. We'll take some pictures of the progress and how good it looks when it comes out. The one thing we can't take a picture of is how good it smells. I'm telling you, you start mixing this up, put this in the oven, make your eggs and your bacon, cut up some avocado, and then by the time all that stuff's done, you are pulling out fresh baked bread out of the oven. Then anything you got left over lasts for about 3 days in the fridge. The rest of it, put in the freezer, comes out, put in the toaster, just as good. There you go. Carb appropriate life with bread.